Hey, how you doing? It's Clayton Teeny from the First Home Buyer Club. 100 lessons in 100 days, day 85, lesson 85. Today, what I want to talk about is, firstly, what I want to talk about is Sadish and Ashina testimonial and the results we got them. We've had a few clients' messages in the last couple of days since the handover and wanted to know more questions really about, why did we do it? How did we do it? And really what drives me, and that's what really drove this session today, about what makes me passionate and what am I passionate about, because obviously I've created this business and I push pretty hard, and we offer a unique service out there for first home buyers that really isn't matched by anyone. So I'm going to briefly talk about the Sadish and Ashina deal that we got, how we helped them, what I did about it, and why I really do these things. So I'm going to just do a quick story on the Sadish and Ashina. You've probably seen the video testimonial that's a kick around on Facebook at the moment, and you've heard it from them about what results we've got for them and how it really turned out for them. But I'm just going to talk about it, just a brief overview. So if you haven't watched the video, Sadish and Ashina, we secured a block of land for them, $85,000 cheaper than development, only 210 meters down the road, the same street. And everyone asked me, well, how did you find this deal that's really a once in a lifetime, seems too good to be true deal for our clients? And how, when we watch other videos of other clients, have you done it over and over again? And the first thing I really want to talk about is the fact that when you work with the First Home Buyer Club, if it's myself, as Clint, if it's Glenn, or if it's Ben, we have the same mentality for every client. We'll treat you like we treat our family. And what I mean by that is we would never offer you or do anything for you that we wouldn't do for our own family. So, like we've heard stories about, they just threw us over this block and we had no choices for our home and we were told you either take it or leave it. And that's one thing that I've always, over time, just believed that really shouldn't be done. Because here's the thing, the only person who's going to live in that home is you. The only person that really should be making the decisions on where that block of land is and what type of house is and how it sits and what it looks like is you, not me. I'll always give my advice, and everyone knows this. I struggle to keep my mouth shut when I don't agree with something. If you come up with a really bad idea, I'm going to be the first. I'll put my hand up. I'm going to be the first to tell you it's a bad idea. I'm often sitting in my office, and Ben, Clint, Glenn, they can all agree to this, that they're talking to a client and something that comes up about a house or a design or an idea they have that I think is totally ridiculous. And, the joke in the office is I've got like superhuman hearing, because in my office I can hear everything. I think it's like a microphone because I literally can hear everything. And maybe because it's my baby and I never want to let go of control. But I'll come in halfway through a session and go, hey, I don't like this decision, and here's the reason why. Because at the end of the day, I just want you to create wealth and save money and make the best decisions. And over time, what I've found is that just over repetition and seeing the results we've helped with other clients and what I've helped with other clients, that I'll know what's a good option and what not is. Now, at the end of the day, you are the only person that gets to make that decision, not me. I'll always give you my advice, the same as Ben, Clint, Ebony, Don, Glenn, and even Katie, when she's in the office, will always give you our opinion based off right here, what we feel is best for you. And at the end of the day, you make the choice. We're not giving you financial advice, and we're not telling you what you need to do. However, we're giving you experience based on the previous clients that we've all helped and how they've benefited from us talking. Now, why do I do this? Why am I so passionate? And really, I've got to reflect back to my life as a child and my upbringing. Now, I'm not here to say that I had a horrible upbringing. I had a pretty good upbringing, right? I had some things that occurred during my my life that when you reflect on it, it's probably similar to a lot of people. My parents split up when I was 10. I probably got my first job when I was about 12. And whilst I felt very uncomfortable about it for a long time, I grew up poor. I didn't go without anything. I didn't go without meals. I didn't have to walk to school without shoes or holes in my pants or anything crazy like that. but I never really got to experience the nice things in life, like snow trips as a 12-year-old or holidays overseas or any of those cool things. In fact, the first mango I ever had when I was like 19 or 20 when I was deployed to East Timor. And that's another story, because when I joined the army, I was only 17 years old. So by the time I turned 19, I got deployed overseas. And my first of 3 deployments overseas, I did East Timor, Iraq, Solomon Islands. I was transferred to I was sent to Malaysia for 3 months doing jungle training. I was also up in Darwin for a while, and I did some really cool things in the army. Got some awards. Always strive for the best. Tried out and completed the SAS selection course twice, got selected the first time. So that's always a massive thing for me, because, I look back at the 2 courses, lost 13 kilos on one and 10 on the other, and I was crammed into like 17 days. So as you can understand, everything got taken off me because you don't get fed towards the end. But it's one of those things that I've always strived to be the best, whatever I'm doing. And a few other things I learned early on is I get FOMO with everything. Right, I hate sitting back and not being able to put my input in and control things and get involved. And I got promoted early in the army, and I've always been used to that, being at the front and making those decisions. Another thing I always learned when I was young, was I was always good with math. Now, if I had a spelling test when I was young, I probably would have failed it. But when it come to maths, I could just always, work it out. And I was working at my mum's shop when I was, I think, the age of 7 or 8, and I just always saw numbers. And it's probably one of the biggest things that's really progressed with the First Homebuyer Club is, one, and I don't like to talk about common sense and problem solving, but not everyone can do it. And the second thing is the numbers. I see the numbers well ahead of what's going on. And I'm always in it trying to look for the best deals when it comes to land, when it comes to locations, when it comes to builds, because at the end of the day, I've got your interest at heart. Now, it's the reason why our clients have seen over $1 million in discounts just last year alone, is because we'll actively look for the best deals around. And if you watch the Sadisha Nishina video from just the other day, you'll see why. It's not just by luck our clients are doing this. It's actually happening over and over again. And again, when I reflect back and when people ask me, why do I do it? It's not because I'm making extra money. Every developer I speak to know that I say the same thing over and over. Is that the best price you can give my clients? And they always ask, why am I always asking for discounts? Because I want to save my clients money. And I think to myself, if you were my family, I'd want you to save more money. And then if it reflects back to my childhood, why am I so driven and passionate about money? It's not about buying cool things and getting photos with Ferraris. I don't have a Ferrari, right? I'm not talking about that. But it's not about those luxurious, expensive items, but it's more about the fact the more money you have in life, the more choices you get. And, between now and retirement, there's things that you've got to do, good and bad, to make sure that you come out the other end with more choices. And so that's why I drive, and that's why I've continued to add on services and strategies and tips and systems to improve our business and help our clients, because at the end of the day, I want to put you in a position where buying a home isn't something you're going to regret. That's why we talk to you about your budgeting and your finance, and really cut back to make sure that you're making the right decisions and you're not spending $500-600 a month on things that you don't really need, because that $500 or $600 could go towards extra payments on your mortgage. And what you don't realize now is that $500-600 might knock off, I don't know, somewhere like 8 or 9 years off your mortgage, maybe even as much as 10. And we just made some little tweaks now, and all of a sudden you've turned a 30-year mortgage into 20. And really, that's what drives me. And, everyone goes, what are you passionate about? And I think to myself, as a kid, I didn't have much. Even though I didn't go without, as I said, I didn't get the holidays, I didn't get the luxurious stuff. Hell, I had my first mango at 19 or 20. And that was when I was deployed overseas. So for me, I think to myself, if I can help you get into a home, I can help you save money, or my team can help you save money. And then we can show you how to pay off that mortgage in a fraction of the time. It means you've got more choices to make in your life. And your kids might get a few more things that I didn't unfortunately get as a kid. And I'm not here to cry poor or, whinge about not having the life, because my mum worked really hard just to get me to the point we were at. I'm sure she probably went without things so that my brother and I could have other things. And so I always respect her for that, but gee, she was a tyrant at times. And I'll admit, any of my family watch this video, do not tell her, and I love her with all my heart, but she was tough sometimes. But she did the best she could, right? And that's as parents, that's the thing that you're trying to do, the best thing you can for your kids. And I always say this, when you focus on your home or your future and wealth, you're trying to do your best. So if we can make a few little strategy changes and tweaks to what you're currently doing, and you can live a better life, that's really what drives me. Because at the end of the day, if you can get 65 and 70 and choose what you get to do with your life and the terms that you live it, I know that at the end of the day, that's what I'm after, because that's what I'm after. Because, as a kid that didn't have much, that's something I'll always drive and try and succeed at, because I don't want my family doing that. And, so as I brought back Glenn, Clint, Ebony, Don, Glenn, Katie, they'll all do the same thing. They'll be pushing and trying to get you the best deals possible so you can create more wealth, which equals out making more choices. And that's what we're here for. So with 23 days left with the $25,000 home builder boost, if you've got final questions before it runs out, I know it's cutting back to 15,000 from January 1 for 3 months. But if you've got final questions, try and take advantage of the full 25,000, and really just not quite sure if you want to buy, but you just want to know more answers, just reach out to the team. We've got a landline number. We've got an email, info@firsthomebuyer.club, our phone number, 39111377, or you can reach out to us on Facebook. If you've got those questions, we're not going to here to try and push you in it. We're just going to give you maybe the answers that you need to hear, and it might not be the right time, but it might be the right time. And at the end of the day, as long as you're doing the right decision for you and your family, everything's going to pan out, guys. So so wrapping up, that's the reason why I drive. That's the reason why I'm passionate, because, well, one, I love property because I know early on, everyone's heard the story, I lost $28,000 in shares. And I learned to myself early on that I didn't know anything about shares. And whilst there's people out there that might know it, I'm not the one. I lose money on things I don't understand. So I want you to get the answers you want, to help you understand if it's the right deal for you or not, or if it's the right time for you or not. The only way you'll know is you ask, and the team's here to answer those final questions before December 31. Be aware everyone stops at Christmas, so really it's up to like December 23. All right, guys, hope you have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow. Any questions you got, even just slip it into the comments, and someone with the team will answer you shortly. All right, thank you. Bye.